Hello, welcome to CL256 and your first assignment. So you want to come into Campus Connect and you want to click Unit 1 and you want to make sure you take time to read all of the information within each unit. It's very important information and it has all the assignment information you need to complete. You need to complete the SimNet exercises and this shows you how to log on. You need to complete the reading, which is now within Campus Connect. The learning assignment again goes with SimNet, which you will be introduced to here. Here's your Unit 1 assignment. You usually have a quiz, and then of course a discussion, and your additional learning resources are great. There are some great tools in here to be successful with each unit. So make sure you come down here. There's a solution picture, a tutorial. So again, please make sure you take advantage of all of the information listed under each unit. So for the first assignment, and most assignments, you'll have a start file and instructions. Those are both items you're going to have to open, as well as you want to follow the rubric to make sure you're receiving full points for your assignment. And in this particular assignment, you need to reference an appendix. So after you click on the start file and the instructions, this is the start file. And real quick introduction to Office 2010. They now call up here the ribbon, and then on the ribbon there are tabs, and then within each tab there are groups. So this is the illustration groups, this is the links group, and then obviously on each group they have certain items. So how you use this terminology is you would say on the home tab in the font group, click B for bold. So we are going to go over a couple things in the assignment and then you can complete it on your own. So the first thing we want to go over is you always want to save and save often, and you most likely want a folder for Office 2 so that you can always reference a file if your instructor needs it again. So you want to click File, Save As, and you want to create a folder somewhere on your system or on a flash drive where you will keep all your Office 2 work. So again, I'm looking on page 487 of your instructions. Number 16 tells you what you're going to save this assignment as. So I'm going to create a folder within my MSB folder, and how you do this is by going to folder, going to new folder, and I'm going to call it Office 2. And then within that folder, I'm going to save the first assignment, which is going to be, again, your initials. I'm just going to use XX, and then U4-1. So you want to save that and save often. So in the next part we're going to go over, number 2 of the assignment says insert a line above the table using the split table command. So whenever you're going to click on the table or highlight the table, you want to use this little square up here with the 4 arrows. That always highlights the table. So that's how you want to work with centering the table, etc., which you will see throughout the assignment. So for now, we want to make sure we're clicked up in the top row, and we want to go to, again, your Table Tools tab should be out, and you want to go to Layout, and then you want to go to Split Table. By doing that, you now have the cursor on top and you can continue on with the assignment. So number 3 says create a standard business memo. This is where you will have to reference those appendixes that they have here for you. So if you're not sure what a memo should look like, if you open up the appendix and scroll all the way down, you will see that it tells you how to set up an appendix. Or excuse me, a memo. So you have to have 2-inch margin. You have to have 1 inch left tab setting, and then all of your information here should be aligned, and all of this information should be in all caps. So if we go back to our assignment, we will see that it tells us in number 3. Well, first let's put in our margins. So page layout tab, margins, custom margins, and we want to make sure it's a 2-inch top margin. Here it comes, so 2-inch, oops, and you want to click OK. Then now, number 3 tells you you're going to say 2, colon, and then if you hit tab twice, it's going to bring you to that 1 inch mark up here. So we want to type in the information. Okay, so for the sake of time, I put in my information, and I wanted to just go over though, when you hit enter at this point, it's going to give you the correct spacing. So you can just use the default spacing at the time, because the default spacing in Office 2010 is 1.15. And then you want to use the current date, and the subject you're only going to have to tab once over for the fitness centers, because again, you want to make sure these are all aligned on that 1 inch mark. So now after number 3, it says format the subject line with 24-point spacing after. You work a lot with space in these assignments. So how you're going to get the correct spacing is go under the Home tab, and in the paragraph group, you want to click this icon here, and you want to go to line spacing options. Again, the default is multiple line spacing at 1.15. So if you need to have single, you would have to come in here and go to single. Now we want 24 space after. So we're going to find 24 space after, and we're going to click OK, and then you will see that it will give more space here. So again, you are going to be using this a lot throughout these assignments. Okay, so for number 4, again, you're going to type something in, and you are going to have to change the line spacing, so please make sure you use what we just showed you. And your reference initials at the end of the memo should always be lowercase, and again, your initials. Okay, so the next thing we're going to go over is we're going to go over number 5 and how to insert a page section break. So for this, you want to actually go to the page layout tab under breaks. Oh, and you know what? Excuse me. I need to be, because you're going to have typed in your information here, and then this is where you want the page section break. So go to page layout, breaks, and then you're going to go to next page section break. And what that does, it brings your table down to the next page, and it keeps your text on the first page. Okay, so number 6, it tells you to study the column headings above 2 and 3. So you want to have this column heading, and you want to mirror it for the following 4 columns. So we're going to quickly go over how to do that. So again, you want to be within the table, so you get your table tools, and you want to go to layout, and you want to go to split cells, and you want 2 and 2. So you want now to merge this first row together. So you're going to click merge cells, and you want this now just to say average quarterly rate. So you can get rid of all the other information. And now, again, you just want that to say average quarterly rate, and then you need to put in corporate and standard in the following columns. So you want to, again, do this for these 2 columns as well. And you will also work with centering and making the spacing all look the same as well. Then the next thing we're going to go over is number 15 and how to create a double border. So again, to select the whole table, you use this square. And to do the double border, you want to go on the Home tab in the paragraph group, and you want to go to Borders and Shadings, and you want to use Grid. You want to make sure you click on Grid and then find a double border. And then that way you will have the double border around the whole table. So hopefully this will get you started, and if you do have any more questions, please ask your instructor. Thank you and good luck.